What's up, YouTube? Today, Sigelei Moonshot 22 millimeter. First things first, I just want to say I have huge mixed feelings about this tank, RTA. I give it a 0 out of 10, but I also give it a 10 out of 10. That 0 is from building it, wicking it, juice capacity. But once it's all said and done, from once you start vaping on it, it actually becomes a 10. It's a damn good little vapor, little atomizer. I'll show you the deck, the main base, your connector. The airflow ring pops off, no effort. You just push up through the middle, pops right out for cleaning purposes. I don't see any real reason to remove it. And this is where the pain in the ass starts. Your deck, you can build some nice sized coils on it, but it's like a kind of a half post. There's nothing sticking up. You can just run your coil straight in, your leads. So your airflow control is above the place you have to run your coils or your leads into, which are the same exact height. And your holes are about right here. It's not a huge issue, you just gotta bend your wire in a little bit on both sides so it'll kind of tuck inside. But I didn't know some of these tricks when I first got this thing, so I will relieve you of some headache. But if you look at the base here, you'll see there's a little hole right here. What's it doing there? I don't know. Well, I didn't know. Now I know. So I'll share this with you. When you go to build your coils, you take your base, you take your juice ring. Got some cotton sticking in there. And you screw your juice ring in. Then you take this and you line this hole up with one of these holes in your juice ring. And if you notice, when you get this, you get 2 Allen keys. Only one of the Allen keys actually works for the grub screws on the deck. But you take the smaller one and you run it through the hole in that connector pin and through your... Damn it, I totally missed that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there. Run it straight through and your deck is somewhat stable. So it's a little easier to build on. So once you got your coils all fitted on, then you can turn your grub screws in and pop that out, pop that out, unscrew this again, put this in. Oh, and I better show you this before I put that back on. If you look inside your juice ring, shut up, kitty, there's 2 little divots, and I probably won't get them. Oh, I guess so. There's one on each side. That's where your airflow channels fit inside of here. side. There we go. It pops right in. And then you screw this down. You can heat up your coils, pinch them. You can't manipulate them a whole lot, so just make sure you're average at coil building, I'd say. Not really for a noob unless you're a noob looking for a huge challenge. So you heat up your coils, blah blah, and you take your ring back off. Pop your deck back out, run your cotton through, kind of pull it down, get it into these, in between the airflow and your coil posts, and then still gotta mess around with that, get your airflow channels on, push it down as far as it'll go, and then cut your cotton as close to the base as you can, and then take a little pick or your little Allen key and then just kind of push the cotton in with that until you get a nice flush, get it nice and flush. And then you can put your deck back on and then wick, or not wick, but juice it up from there. So turn it in nice and tight. And these are a little dry. I vaped it a little dry just so I can do this video. Tonight I'm going to wick it up with probably the best Captain Crunch flavor I have tasted so far by Lunchbox Vapors. But once again, not a juice review. So it's not terrible to wick. I mean, juice up once it's wicked and coil's built. Oh, another con. Your chimney is about halfway through the tank, so if you got a full tank, you can't just pop out your coils and show them off or whatever, but it's not a huge issue. But trying to get that thing to not cross thread is kind of a pain, but not terrible. I mean, by far I have used much easier RTAs. Even the first generation RTAs were cakewalk compared to this thing. But once it's all said and done, it's got a nice top flow or top fill for your juice. And it only holds 2 milliliters of juice. And the way the chimney is so close to the glass, you're gonna get little funky air pockets. Your top fill is really thin. You get like no grip. Well, you can get some. Your cap is connected to the top, so you cannot change that out, but you can put a 510 piece on if you want. I don't. But all the connections are nice and smooth. by far the best flavor producing RTA I have run across so far. But I'll give you a quick size comparison with a 25. This is the Aromomizer Supreme 25 millimeter tank. You can see that this tiny little low profile is pretty nice, but the whole 2 milliliter juice just kind of sucks. But it's easy enough to fill, so it's not a huge issue. So yeah, noobs, watch out. Average to advanced builders, well, you won't have too much of an issue. But even you noobs, now that you know it might be kind of a pain in the butt, at least you'll go into it knowing that you're going to have issues, and you'll probably cuss less instead of going into it without any knowledge and inventing a whole new language of cuss words. But anyways, keep on vaping on. Have a good night.